Hi guys, and welcome back to part 2 of our look at the PlayStation Vita user interface. We were talking about the inability to select the home button or any of the apps at the top of the page to navigate directly to that particular live area. The same can be said for the actual home screens themselves. As you can see, the 4 dots on the left hand side, you can't select a dot to fire directly to them. A little bit annoying, but I'm sure it's something they could work on in the future. Now, coming back to the apps that are available, you've got the Near app here. The Near app, for me, it's got potential, but I think it needs a little bit of work. And the Near app, and again, we'll put up a video at a later date, it's really about connecting with people local to you. So for those that got the 3G version of the PlayStation Vita, this app really could come into its own if Sony decide to get the integration done correctly. Next, you've got your Friends tab, and again this fires up an application to show you what friends you've got on your PlayStation network, to accept friends, etc. You've got a group messaging tab here, and again this will then fire up a list of any messages you received, but it'll also allow you to create messages. We'll obviously do a video on that as well. The trophies, we've got a video up already, so check that out. The trophy system's great, and I love the fact that now on the PlayStation Vita you can earn trophies while you play your games. In the bottom left we've got photos, so here's where you'd fire off the camera, you'd look at any photos that you've got on board the Vita or that you may have copied across from PC or PlayStation Vita. And finally on this screen you've got the web browser. Again, we'll do another video in the future about the web browser. It's okay, but it's not brilliant. You know, there's no flash support, you can't view YouTube for example, although there are other ways to do that which I've shown you in one of our other videos through remote play, but there are a few annoyances that the browser doesn't get around. In terms of the rest of the screen, as you can see now, I've got a number of live areas open, and if I scroll over to those, you'll see there's a little kind of bent over piece of paper there, and what that means is if you swipe this, it'll actually terminate that application. So it's really how the PS Vita handles the multitasking on here. We've also got the time, a battery signal. Now for me, I'd like to see a percentage in there as well. So I'd like to know, is that 50%, is it 40%, is it 30%? You know, and again, I don't think it's something that's going to be too difficult to implement, but it would help, and it'll allow you to see how much the battery life you've got left. While on the subject of battery life, we've done some tests, and I think you're probably going to get 4.5 hours out of the PlayStation Vita, which is quite impressive. And I'm talking about constantly playing a game for 4.5 hours with no stoppages. So that's quite impressive, and overall the experience has been good. Finally, on this page you've got this notification bubble in the top right hand corner. Now this here supplies you with all the notifications that will come through. If you've got any new messages, if you've installed any games or applications, if your friends have been online, if you've earned any trophies, and etc. And you can obviously select the more button and see this in a bit more detail and see a longer list of all the things and activities that have been going on. Now on the top you can divide that into just notifications themselves, or we can select downloads, so any games and applications that you may have downloaded recently. You may also have noticed the little arrow in the centre right of the screen here, and again this is used to just scroll across any live areas that you've got open. Again, as I said, it's a little bit annoying, you have to scroll all the way back to get to the main screen, but you know, it could be worked on. So if we look at the next tab along, we have got an application for your music. So any music that you've downloaded or rented off the store or whatever, you're going to find it in here. I'll do an actual video for this at a later date as well. So let's go back. Your videos, again, this is where you've got any videos that you may have put on your Vita, or you may have recorded with the inbuilt camera, or that you may have rented off the PlayStation Store. Remote play. Now for me, remote play was one of those features that really enticed me to the PlayStation Vita. I've got a PS3, and I'm sure many of you have, and you'd love to see remote play working to its full capacity. Unfortunately, it's not as well integrated as I'd have thought. However, there is potential for that in the future. I'm going to be doing an extensive review on the Remote Play because I think there's a lot of things in there people aren't aware of, and it's a great feature. If not, it could be updated and it could be better suited in future. In the bottom left hand corner, we've got the content manager. From here, this is where you actually copy data to your PC or vice versa, or to a PlayStation 3 and vice versa. Again, I'll do another video at a later date. Maps is, as it says on the tin, this is the integration of a Google Maps style application. Very useful if you're on 3G and you're out and you can get some directions on where you want to go. If you're not, then it's fairly useless, and to be honest, I've not used it since actually having the device. The settings menu, there's a lot of settings in here and I'll take you through that in another video. And just to note, actually, there are a number, when you load a number of applications up, there are user guides available. When I'm pressing the icon, it's going to load up the web browser and take you into the user guide for each application. So it's useful, you know, if you're not sure how to use some of the applications or settings. Finally, I've got some games installed on here, and this is where I've got them stored at the moment, along with some social apps and the Music Unlimited app, which is absolutely fantastic, and we have a video already, so you might want to have a look at that. So as I said, you know, in terms of user interface, it is good, I do like it. However, there are a few annoyances that I'd like to see Sony develop and work on. One other thing that I've not pointed out is that I would like to see the ability to add folders here. Now, I don't know if, like me, you might be obviously filling up your memory card with lots of minis, lots of games, applications, and I've got a feeling that you're going to soon be filling up these pages. What I don't want to be doing is scrolling down through a number of pages on the left hand side to get to a certain game or whatever. What I would like to see is folders. You know, there's no reason why not. Why can't we have a folder in here for all my minis? Why can't we have a folder in here for all the Vita downloadable games? Or, you know, change the name of them. Have your platformers in one, your puzzle games, your sports games, etc., your driving games. For me, that's a feature that I'd really like to see implemented, and I think as time goes on, you're going to be filling up that memory card. You really would like to have a bit of organisation in there. Whether or not it's possible, I don't know. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please rate, comment, and as always, subscribe. How do you think the user interface has been implemented? Do you get on with it? Do you like what you see? And what things would you like to see implemented in the future? This has been Used and Reviewed. We'll see you all soon in the next video.